Sorry about it. You have to see that by chance.
I do. You just need one?
Okay, I do not need one actually. This is part of the survey.
Part of the survey?
All he said was, I take people to jail and they just handcuffs.
May I ask where you're from? You walk around.
No, we walked up to him.
You're forgetting your subject.
Well,
no, I do not.
What is the brand?
The brand is Marlboro Lights.
And so it's
from
close.
Texas.
All right. Now, what was the question I asked?
I asked if she had a cigarette first of all, as I was instructed.
What was the answer?
The answer was here.
She said yes, and I said I don't need one.
Okay.
Well, she is from Texas, and she smokes Marlboro Lights.
Excuse me, would you happen to have an extra cigarette that I may have?
Yeah.
See, I was told that if you ask for
a friendliness survey here?
I was told if I ask for an extra cigarette that shows that I'm an outsider, I don't really smoke, and I'll be denied the extra cigarette.
No, because where I live, cigarettes are cheap, so fuck it. I'm sharing with everybody. I showed up with a carton this weekend.
I would quite happily accept a cigarette if you're still extending me. Well, this is gonna cut the lot. That was a big moment right there.
In your bills
This
above.
is big. Yeah. Am I? How do you know this?
Because I met you back in '97. Milwaukee Metal Fest. You're really drunk at the bar.
How dare you make such an accusation? Did I do anything flirtatious?
No, you gave me one of your zines. You're very friendly.
I was flirting.
Well, I was with him, so maybe you weren't.
You're still with him?
Forever, yeah.
But if you weren't, could that have led to something?
That night, no.
But over the course of time?
I don't know. You never know. Maybe.
Well,
would you like for it to?
Well, I've been drinking and I don't think I can handle this.
Okay. Well, you're honest. It's cool.
I'm regularly beaten up. But yes, I would very much like to develop something maybe on an imaginary level.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, I'll just stare at you so I can remember that for a minute. No.
Do you want me to take my boots off?
Well, all right, we're just going to meander down over here. He's got some questions for me. I'm kind of nervous in front of the camera. I was wondering if you could maybe help me with my nervousness. I'm thinking that if I have this cigarette, it kind of distracts from the nervousness.
You need to relight it.
Yes. See, a good woman will change a man.
He smokes often, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, lucky it's not an unfiltered Camel. And you'd be doubled over barfing over there.
Well, I'd be doubled over for a different reason, because we've been inserting that Camel is only smoked by homosexuals.
Okay,
above the Maryland. No, because he actually was the first to observe this. We found nothing but supportive evidence. So what's the conclusion here? We need to examine the data. Put it in a histogram and stuff like that.
Data.
Yeah. How do you pronounce data in Texas?
Data.
That sounded good to me.
Fixin' to data.
I like it.
Data, y'all. Fixin' to.
Oh, yeah. Are you masking your accent just because you know you're on TV?
Yeah, because I'm from LA. But I just live in Texas, so I have no real accent.
Right.
He does.
Oh, ask him to pronounce that word.
Would you please pronounce data, sir?
No, you gotta spell it. You let him.
You're a native Texan, Daddy. How do you say data?
It's
data.
It's D-A-T-A, actually.
Data?
There you go.
I always say data.
Yeah,
I say data.
All right, how do you say tomato?
Tomato.
All right. He's just some crazy guy.
Yes, everybody recognizes him.
Oh, you gotta come by my table. I'll give you some treats.
Milwaukee
Oh,
97.
treats.
Yes.
All right.
Some good things.
I wish I was a doober instead.
No, I don't partake of that.
I'm sorry. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you ever get nervous?
Fuck no. No.
See, there's some people who make me so jealous when I smoke marijuana. They seem so content and happy.
That's me.
I'm so excited because I just realized that we're by Porto John's.
Yeah.
There's no odor. It must be because of your fragrance. You have to make a commercial for that. You could sit right next to a porta potty and still attract a bunch of guys.
Can I tip it over? No.
Why don't you do that for the documentary?
How many knuckles are in a knuckle sandwich?
5.
Alright, make a fist and punch me with all 5 knuckles. Show your fist to the camera.
Well, that would be
1, 2, 3, 4, and the thumb too?
It would be very hard. So 4, you fucking asshole.
Well, that might be tied in with the
That's
fact
enough.
that
That's enough. I just need one.
Are those Danish cigarettes?
Yeah, you want one?
No, thank you.
Smoke?
No, I don't smoke.
Oh, come on, man. This is a good chance to start.
So listen to this.
Okay.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. What's wrong with that?
Stupid song.
Alright, but is it grammatically correct?
How the hell would I know? I say slap people upside the head, you know? And you make fun of me for it. So, I'm about as grammatically correct as a fucking giraffe.
experiences in which objects were floating in the air. Was any of that true, or were they just events in your
All
lyrics?
lies. All lies.
Well, I believe the question is more, did the journalists have license with your lyrics? Were you describing lyrics of objects floating? And a journalist then misquoted you as saying that really...
No, I've seen all that shit for sure. My place in Copenhagen was big time haunted. Big time. Seriously.
Wouldn't it sound better to say, Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds doesn't?
I wouldn't care one way or the other.
And not just me in there, other people there too. It's not me just sitting there looking at. Whenever something happened, I would always be like, you know, trying to search for any kind of logical explanation for it.
So do you agree with the commercial that says Almond Joy's got nuts and Mounds doesn't have nuts?
Do I agree with it?
Yeah.
I don't care about it.
Have you enjoyed those particular candies?
I'm like,
pretend not to see it, or was that
there
like
was
just...
no way to pretend. I mean, if you pretended like, it would be completely. Everybody would laugh at you like, you didn't see that? Oh, nothing, you know, nothing. So you can't.
That's like what I would have done.
I don't know. There was no way. Everybody was just like, but not scared or anything like that. It was just like, wow. And then I said, you saw it too. I know you saw it. And they both did that.
Would you say that Almond Joy has nuts and Mounds doesn't have nuts?
I would say, I don't remember. Almond Joy. Wait a minute now. Let me get my candy fucking straight. Aren't they the same fucking company or something?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
That's the classic thing I've told so many times about, you know, the waiting for the first Merciful Fate demo to be heard by all of us. You know, we were, my brother and Kim Ross, the drummer, and myself were sitting around my coffee table, waiting for the other guys to arrive. And then before they arrived, my brother's glass suddenly rose up in the air about this high, and came back down again. And we were just like.
Alright, nobody was on any substances.
No.
Well, they're trying to say that the difference between Almond Joy and Almond Joy and Mounds is nuts.
Well, that's pretty nutty.
But the thing is, what is inside an Almond Joy I might have led you with this. What's inside? It's chocolate and what else?
Nuts. Coconut.
Yes. They're saying
coconut.
That yes. It's a tropical nut produced by a palm.
This is showing my intelligence level.
Well, no, it's showing America.
My intelligence.
For years has believed that Mounds doesn't have nuts, and it has nuts.
It's a clown!
Do you really buy Barbie dolls and try to pass them off as Royal Dane dolls?
Yes,
Royal
I
Antwerp?
do.
The Easter Bunny from Poland. I think it was because someone should tell the Polish that rabbits do not lay eggs.
But things would move around, man. People have been touched by things. A couple of guys from Metallica, if I don't still remember it, I'm pretty sure they do, Lars and James. When they recorded either Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning, they were rehearsing in our rehearsal room, and the studio was right next door to the rehearsal room, so they used a little bit of our equipment too, you know. And they came by one night, you know, and Timmy was there, the bass player, and he had an American girlfriend over to visit, you know. And he was sitting with her in my living room, and Lars and James and I was in my bedroom, you know, we were playing a foosball game. to leave them alone for a little while, you know. We really... And I heard this big bang from the living room, you know. It seemed like Timmy had tried to get up, you know. Imagine like a coffee table full of empty bottles, you know, like just turning all bottles over.
Scenery.
And I'm opening the door like, what the hell are you doing, man? And he's just sitting over on the couch with his going, what's going on? You know.
Your wife was pregnant and you had ultrasound or something to determine the sex of the child? And then when you found out it was a girl, you made her have an abortion?
Where'd you hear that?
Can we conduct an interview pretending like one of your nipples is the microphone?
Yes. Alright, next question.
One answer?
I heard there were actually falsetto vocals on the first Nevermore album, which was actually a demo, but the producer got the high he got rid of the high vocals because he wanted to market the album toward the American crowd.
Can I answer that?
It's not true.
Yeah.
No. Is this working? Hello? No, wrong.
Hot mic. I got a hot mic here.
I think there's
hot mic.
I think there's something evasive covering the cone of the microphone right now.
Teresa, can you...
Hello!
I was arrested in the 6th Precinct, Brooklyn.
Are you finding it difficult to answer questions because I put the idea of Teresa in her underwear in your mind?
It's because I know her clitoris is throbbing.
Having busted my hand, the cast became a weapon, so they had to isolate me. So when I had to use the bathroom, a cop would have to escort me to the restroom. It should have been a rest fucking home.
I think you're really beautiful. I think you're special. You're not like the other girls. Looking at me.
Teresa...
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at
There's no seat on the toilet. The shit in the toilet has been there so long, it has just turned into rock formations.
So women don't come to see the ballet of your fingers on the fretboard?
No, they're not interested. They're not interested whatsoever. It's purely out of vocal. He gets all of it.
No toilet paper, nothing. So I'm like, oh God. And you know, shitting for me is real hard because it's like, everybody's watching you, man. You gotta do it. If you don't do it, they're gonna laugh at you.
Are you rewriting what it is to be a bass player in metal?
Yes.
How?
With a pen.
I was in labor. It seemed like days. I broke my water. I was on the floor. I got in the toilet, and it always goes like this. It goes.
Don't you have another band that's kind of like a joke band?
Yeah, but we haven't done anything for many years.
And I have to stand on top of the toilet. Who would put that fucking cheeks on that? I mean, there were fucking bacteria so big they looked like family members. I could see faces and missing teeth. They were complaining.
Are you embarrassed about the first Nevermore album? I heard it was too Seattle sounding.
Yes, it's very gay.
Teresa, can you take your pants off just for a second?
The thing? I'm like, oh man, fuck. So, I rip off my underwear. BV STDs. Wipe my ass it, put it in the sink. Pat it down.